If it's in the game, give me Steph. If it's in transition, give me Ray Allen. If it's just we playing horse or you shoot, I'm passing you and rebounding you the ball, give me Ray Allen. If it's a 3-point competition, give me Reggie Miller.
Okay. I would say overall, I would say Ray Allen.
Yeah, Ray Allen got overall too.
Same.
Introduce the podcast, CJ.
Huh?
Introduce the podcast.
All right. I know I just recorded. I just want to put that in there because I'm like, man, that was kind of interesting. But let's see. What up, though, everybody? Thank you for listening and watching another episode of the 3 Raw Podcast. This is CJ.
Hey, man, it's Rob.
Your boy, Jimmy.
It's been a crazy-ass 72 hours, or 48 hours, I should say.
Nutballer.
Man, that shit crazy. You said nutball of the week?
Nutballish. It's always something new, but it's the nutballers. But I will say this, at least it ended off with a bang, and that's that beautiful ambiance of those two queens just really talking about what was needed and what was expected of music. So
I think into that though, dog. First and foremost, man, Richard, Andre Harrell, dog.
R.I.P. to both greats, man.
Both greats, man. I think
Andre Harrell, did he help Janet Jackson on the Velvet Rope, if I'm not mistaken?
You said what?
Did he not help Janet Jackson on the Velvet Rope?
He probably did, man. You know, Andre was a part of that group. I keep forgetting the rap group name, but he started off in a rap group. I think it was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, or something like that. He was Dr. Jekyll. Eventually, he started, and that was up under Rush Time Management. This was in the 80s. I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie Crush Groove, but he was a part of that group. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then also, you know, he started Uptown Management at first. Then it became Enterprises.
Yeah, Dr. Jekyll. Yeah, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yeah.
Yeah, I know my little shit, fam. I know what I be talking about. Then eventually he turned that into Uptown Records. You know what I mean? First act was Heavy D. Rest in peace to Heavy D and Trouble T. Roy. You know what I mean? He helped get Puffy his first, you know what I'm saying, legit industry job. You know, Puffy was at one point a good party promoter. And like a lot of people didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, take Puffy serious at the time, man. But like Andre Harrell took him up under his wing. You know what I'm saying? Also helped, you know what I'm saying, produce Mary J. Blige, Jodeci. You know what I'm saying? Uptown acts in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But main, you know, Heavy D and Puffy, you know what I'm saying, the main two. And highly respected record label executive producer. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be missed. And rest in peace, man.
For sure.
And then of course, you know, Richard. And it's funny, man. It's really funny because
that's the founding father of R&B, bro.
I just was asking my sister about literally 2 days ago, man. Like I said, it's been a wild 48 hours. I just asked her, like, dang, ain't nobody heard nothing from Lil Richard. And the only reason why I asked that because, you know, all this COVID, you know, I saw him years ago saying basically he was sick, but it was like undisclosed. He didn't want to like really let the public know what was he going through. And I think y'all too remember about wearing the makeup. He took off the wig. He was just basically saying he needs to get his soul. And I was like, dang, ain't nobody heard from Lil Richard. I hope he okay. And then literally 2 days later, he passed. You know what I mean? There's so much you could say about Lil Richard. You know, a pioneer in rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? Just music, period. He was one of these. He performed and rode and was in showbiz for over 50, 60 years. When I say he just slowed down a few years ago, he, you know, just passed away at 87 years old. Yeah. A lot of years, bro. A lot of his people, you know what I mean, all passed away. And a lot of them died young. Muddy Waters and them died only in their 40s and 50s. You know what I'm saying? And he lived a long life, dog, compared to, you know what I'm saying, the type of lifestyle he lived. You know what I mean? The rock and roll lifestyle, whether it was, you know, the different women and slash men, everybody heard the rumors, or even some of the stuff that he admitted to in his book. Oh, the drugs, the alcohol, on the road, you know what I'm saying, the lawsuit, fighting racism, and a lot of white people coming to steal his words, steal his music, steal his, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot going on, and he survived. And rest in peace to Little Richard, man. That's all I got to say about that.
All right, peace, sir. Thank you for all you did. Thank you for the both of them for what they did for music, how they opened doors for certain people, and how they gave us a legacy of beautiful music, and being pioneers and being Black pioneers, showing us that the barrier that's always there to be broken, and they did it.
Definitely, God. Because I'm like, man, like those two died at the same day. It's like, damn, we lost pretty much two legends in the R&B game.
Or just music, period, man. Just music, because
Yeah.
like Harrell started off as a rapper. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So just music, period, bro.
I know, man. It's 2020 ain't letting up, man. And we in what, May, right?
Bro,
Yeah, but we gotta keep pushing.
we not
Man.
even hot in, fellas.
We gotta keep pushing.
Gotta keep pushing, yeah. Take it one day at a time. I'm trying to think what else we all want to talk about. What's been going on the past few days for y'all though?
Shit, man. Chilling, maintaining, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, a couple days ago, my cousin, doctors told her, you know what I'm saying, it's not looking good. She might not make food, you know what I'm saying, a month. So, of course, she ain't claiming that. We ain't claiming that.
Nope.
If good, you know what I'm
Ain't
saying?
that at all.
Oh, no, you know what I mean? So, y'all could send y'all prayers, you know what I'm saying? Our family needed. It's been rough, man. It's rough, dog. It's been, like you said, CJ, it's just been a rough overall year.
Right. For sure. How about you, Brandon?
I mean, this year definitely has had its ups and downs. I mean, I don't even know where to start. I just want to thank God that I'm allowed to even go through the struggle. You know, we gotta find a way to be happy in the struggle. I've seen some things this week that I didn't think was gonna happen to me. At least I expected, I guess, to be prepared for it. So I just want everybody to be safe, be blessed, be mindful, be patient if you've never been patient before.
For sure. Yeah, this week has been like crazy. My uncle passed away a couple of days ago. Rest in peace to Uncle Disco. I try to remember. I don't remember where he died from. I can't remember where he like, cause he's been sick for a while too, and I can't remember what's been going on with him for the past few years. But his health has been like really despairing and stuff like that. And not on top of that, his wife, and I will say this, my condolences to her because they've been together for like 40, 50 years.
Shout out to the
Very
love.
long, yeah, for a very long time. And she been battling health. She been battling her health problems as well for the past few years as well. So it's been kind of rough, especially for that family. And then also my cousin, which is their son. He had COVID-19, but he beat that.
Amen.
So yeah. So I've been praying for them. I pray for them heavy, man. Like for real.
As we all should. As we all need to do for everybody. You know, I put a status up earlier because I woke up with the praising mindset. We just really need to just stop what we're doing and just take the time to really acknowledge God.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's more important than anything, period, but definitely at this time right now. And even after we pass this time, we have got to do a better job with it. It's important because there's some things that I believe that we're being showed on purpose.
Yeah. I think we've been tested, man. We've been tested, man.
Absolutely.
You know, if you don't believe in God, if you don't have God in your life, you gotta have him in your life right now.
It's extremely important.
For real. And then also, I know y'all know what happened within the past few days about these two white men that's in Brunswick, Georgia. They got arrested, father and son. Were arrested for killing a black man.
Oh, I'm keeping the name, but Ahmaud, shit. But that situation happened in
In
February.
February, exactly.
And the thing about this whole situation, this case period, is so sketchy and it's so evil when you want to start really cutting or deep dive, because it happened in February. From my knowledge, the state prosecutor, or just not the state prosecutor, the city prosecutor saw the video and basically said it wasn't enough evidence to basically say that, it was murder, and they let them two people go. Come to find out, the same prosecutor has a prior relationship with the father. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
About 2 days ago, dog, like I said, it's been a crazy 48 hours, man. In my opinion, a crazy 72 hours, but mainly a crazy 48 hours. And about 2 or 3 days ago, the video hit online, Facebook, and then eventually Instagram, then eventually Twitter, and the outrage and the reply of our people, celebrities, entertainers, it don't matter, dog. Like the outrage and the reply, just people sticking together, reposting this, tagging certain people, and finally these two people got, arrested for they did in February.
I want to say February 23rd.
Yeah, it's been a while, and then now they're trying to put charges on, of course, the two people, the father and son. They putting charges on the person who recorded the tape, because the way they saying he was you see what I'm saying? And then trying to figure out why the prosecutor didn't go through, and putting this woman under investigation because, like I said, come to find out, she had a prior relationship with the father. So it's crazy, man.
Huge shout out to Georgia Bureau of Investigations. They the ones who initiate the arrest warrants of the two men, Travis and what's the father's name? Oh my God, George.
I don't know, bro.
I don't know, but whatever. I don't want to put them too much in that spotlight. It's like George Zimmerman all over again.
I mean, the difference between, like I was talking to Darren, man. Shout out to Darren, friend of the podcast. You know what I mean? But we had this earlier, and the difference between that and the Zimmerman situation, CJ, I'm gonna just ask you.
Okay.
You don't know? What about you, Brandon? You know the difference?
Oh, I thought you was asking me. I thought you was gonna ask me a question.
The difference was the blatancy as far as what Zimmerman did. There was a blatancy involved. This situation was swept under the rug. They were literally trying to keep this under wraps. The George Zimmerman situation, he didn't have any sympathy for what he did at all. He actually was looking for the praise.
I just about to say that. It's so many levels, right? Now, peep game.
Yeah.
But the Zimmerman situation, one of the main reasons to why he quote unquote walked free and things of those natures, on top of, the jury found him not guilty, is because he basically was trying to prove that he felt like Trayvon Martin was a threat. And he was, using his rights in the South to stand his ground. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
In this situation,
that shit fishy as hell in Florida. That staying ground law is so damn fishy.
Was it? See, hold on. I'm gonna get back to that staying ground law in a minute. So, like, back to the Zimmerman situation, and now with this, or what I was just talking about with this situation is on, since this video leaked, there's no probable cause. You can lie and make like you was standing your ground. You felt like he was a threat. You can't lie. You saw him jogging before he even get around that corner to see the father and son duo. He's clearly jogging, doing nothing wrong, nothing on him. just jogging, getting his exercise.
Yeah.
Soon as you get to the father and son, it's not even 5, man, to be real with you, dog. And I hate I watched this video, man. I really hate I watched it, dog. But it's not even a complete 15 seconds, not even 10 seconds before you hear the first gunshot. So
Right.
how was the man a threat? With the Zimmerman situation, you can try to use the excuse of, well, he probably thought Trayvon Martin was a threat because guess what? Ain't no video was released.
Mm-hmm.
That store got the video evidence of that, but it was never released to the public. This was released to the public simply because it was recorded on the phone.
Exactly.
And from my it gets deeper, CJ and B. It gets deeper. From my knowledge, guess what? They say the person recorded the video, sent it to some friends to basically brag on what they did, and one of the friends leaked it because they feel the guilty conscience.
Bro, I
So
ain't heard that at all, dog.
exactly. The only reason why we even seeing it publicly because he sent it to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
It's so many levels to it,
Boy,
man. It's sad.
The issue
that
really
racism, that's
is
racism, boy.
the issue really is that there's no room after all this, after even when what's the name gets out of office, corruption and crime and all that. Like, it's so many different investigative portals now that if the police or even the FBI or whoever is in charge of whatever cases now, if the law is not starting to make things more prevalent about not just being fair but being investigative, it's going to come to a point to where we're literally going to be able to have everything in our hands. Like, sooner or later, there's not going to be a need for a justice system if it keeps going like this anywhere. Because if the point is that you're just saying that it don't even matter, you can just go ahead and just do what you want to do as long as you don't get caught. If that's what we own to, like, for real, if that's the tip that we own, and we start putting ourselves in a position where, okay, but the truth of the matter is you can get caught, and we have video, we have the means to get you caught, then it's gonna come to a point where, what do we need y'all for? What do we need cops? What do we need commissioners? What do we need them for?
Right, exactly.
What's your thoughts, CJ?
My thought is, like, why they took so long to make an arrest. They should have arrested him that same day, if not the next day.
They arrested him that day, but they released him because they said it wasn't probable cause.
I mean, like I said, like, I don't think they ain't really arrest him. That's what I'm saying. Like, they ain't really do shit. They just
prosecuted them.
They pretty much held him. They held him.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, they asked a few questions. I'm like, okay, we don't got a lot of evidence. We're gonna let him go, which is, like, perfectly legal only because, I mean, if you don't have no evidence, because the video wasn't released at that time, so they're like, yeah, we blah blah blah. They just let him go. But I think they could have did, like, but I don't think, like, the Brunswick Police Department, they ain't did their job. They did their due diligence to, have enough evidence to move forward with the case. So it's basically was like a swept, like y'all said, like you said, it was a swept under the rug. I just think it's ridiculous, man. Especially like us as black men, what we going through. You can't even go out to eat no more. You can't even go jogging. You can't do this, do that anymore, man. I think it's, like, ridiculous.
To be real, I honestly feel like it's always doing this. It's just starting to get recorded now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's just getting recorded now. And think about this: it's hundreds to thousands of situations throughout the United States that is getting recorded. Throughout the year, we only get to hear about maybe 2 or 3 cases or situations.
Right.
Fortunate,
you go through this shit every day, bro.
It's unfortunate because, like, Zimmerman situation, like I was saying, the difference. We knew off rip Zimmerman was on some bullshit. He wanted the fame. We all know this because he still wants the fame for, killing Trayvon Martin to this day. He's still, signing autographs and doing goofy shit to get fame off, doing this. He's been mentally sick and should have been put to death. And I hate to say it, but he should have been on death row right now waiting. We all know this. You know what I mean? But the difference between that and this ain't no video evidence. We can't see Zimmerman doing none of this bullshit he claimed. The closest we had was the phone conversation. And since Trayvon Martin's female friend couldn't, you know what I'm saying, basically articulate herself good enough, they tried to make it seem like her word wasn't valid when it was clear as day what she was saying. You see what I'm saying? And exactly. I didn't like but and this CJ, you saw the video?
I seen it yesterday, yeah.
Brandon, did you see the video?
I saw enough.
If you watch the video, even just 5 seconds of the video, tell me what did this dude do wrong to make you even feel afraid? It's premeditated. I'm happy with a prosecutor.
It's definitely premeditated. They chase him around. They chase him around the neighborhood.
It was premeditated. We know what premeditation means. Premeditation means I want death. We done seen plenty of black people, you know what I'm saying, guilty or innocent, get that premeditation and they looking at life or death, period. No ifs, ands, or buts. In this situation, I'm not happy unless both these motherfuckers get death. Not even prosecution. I don't want to hear nothing goofy, dog, because it's a slight chance they get found guilty and only have to do 10 years or 15 years to some old retarded shit. Nah, I'm not happy unless I hear death.
If they even do that bid, if they get sentenced to that 10 to 15, once they get it in prison, like if they even do that bid.
Remember, fellas, that's the problem we had a couple months ago about that cop who got found and only was quote unquote sentenced to 10 years when we knew off rip she was going to do 4.5.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
But
I'm trying to see because you know, state of Georgia got the death penalty, whatever like that. Yeah. So we gonna see how they go do it because you know they love. I don't know, they show favoritism and shit like that. So we'll see how this will go. But I think since it's like I know it's Georgia's brutal investigation. I know it's a state charge, but I think the FBI might get involved somehow, some way, because it's their division.
They not gonna get involved, bro. It had to get damn near pushed to the Supreme Court, and it had to be another investigation to where did y'all kill this man for other type of gain before the FBI getting involved, bro?
Right.
Not to mention the FBI has to. Here's the thing about the FBI that I've noticed: unless they got a special interest in your case, they're not about to move hell or high water to see what's going on.
Right. Just like if it's not a gain thing, like what do we gain from? Like, was these niggas a part of a big, you know what I'm saying, conspiracy ring? Was they selling dope? Was they doing, you know what I'm saying, child pornography or something crazy like that? Then,
yeah. Because personal vendettas are not really dug deep into federal agencies like that. It's more at home type situations with cops and whatnot. And even so, like me and Rob said, and Rob thinking from a standpoint of them getting off, I'm thinking from a standpoint of them getting killed within prison. Because there's just some situations like that where it's just too much as far as a mindset is concerned where I don't care why
you solitary confinement though.
They either be solitary or but to be real with y'all, dog, they in Georgia. It's just as many motherfucking racist motherfuckers in prison.
Right.
That it is put people in prison.
Especially in Southeast Georgia where it happened.
They easily, when I say easily, day one, join the Ku Klux Klan in the prisons. And that'll be it. You know what I mean? Like they still
get protected. For one, if he's not in solitary confinement, he go join a gang. Both of them go join a gang, a white supremacy gang. So go be protected. Or number two, he go be in solitary confinement because this case is high profile. They gonna have to put him in solitary confinement because of his protection. So
they on death row. Ain't no solitary in death row. I'm looking.
I'm talking right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
Well, they go join the gangs, bro.
Yeah, man.
It ain't like it's Detroit or Chicago or some shit. We talk about Georgia. These niggas still ride around with the Confederate flag in their window. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But see, Just
especially
like
Brunswick, because I was in Brunswick last year, and I see quite a few Confederate flags and shit like that. So I'm like, oh, this is that type of party down here, huh? So
yeah. But just like he said with that gang tip, if you're not fully for them, they'll kill you themselves. So that's the other thing that it's too many levels to it, man, for real. So either way it goes, within God's hands, because that's where I'm at with justice now. Because clearly, man just can't get it right now.
Oh, we
So
can
I'm
get
leaving.
the problem comes in that, man, there's only one motherfuckers that's getting it right for their favor.
That's facts. It's a whole fact.
that's a whole fact, bro.
So shout out to the family. We are praying for you guys. We heavily
Most
do
definitely. Give us our
apologize
something up for real.
for the way things are right now, but we want you guys to understand that y'all not alone. We are praying for you. We are hoping for you. We are looking for justice.
And I'm happy for them because I was about to say they finally seeking justice. It's been like a whole 3 months now, and they finally get the attention that they deserve.
Yeah.
I also want to shout out because he got killed while he was jogging, and I'm in quite a few, because I'm running, so I'm in quite a few running groups. So they run the miles with him. Shout out to them, man. Like,
Yeah,
for
man.
real.
Yeah, rest in peace for Ahmaud Arbery, dog.
Yes, for real, man. Shout out to rest in peace to him. I'm trying
It
to
was
see what else.
something I was about to ask you. Go ahead, talk, because I don't
No,
remember.
go ahead. What you about to say?
I said it was a question I was about to ask both of y'all about the situation, but I just slipped my mind, so go ahead.
Okay. I was gonna ask y'all, did y'all heard anything about this happened for the past week? This not 72 hours, but y'all heard anything about this football player in Baltimore?
who who got caught running the train with his brother, dog?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit,
I
man.
definitely oh
Bro,
man.
that slipped on mine too. I'm like, damn, should we talk about that shit? I like,
Go
oh
ahead.
yeah,
Yeah.
Hey man, go ahead, dog.
bro, that shit wild, dog.
This nigga talk about can he get some privacy to nah, nigga, ain't nobody, nigga, you got caught with your mistress, nigga. Butt ass nigga with your brother also in a bed, fam, and your wife tried to motherfucking kill you. Nah, nigga, we about to talk about this, bro.
We about to talk about this shit, dog.
Nigga, we discussing this in full effect. Nigga, what the hell was you doing, fam? Like
Right.
on some real shit, bruh. Butt ass with your brother? Man,
With your
nah.
brother,
I'm
dog.
gone be nah, man. Nah,
Like
man.
we need some privacy in this at this time, man. I'm like, bro, come on, dog.
Nah, ain't nobody private. Nah, you had an opportunity to be private, nigga. When
Bro,
your
his
brother was
agent hit him up. Bro,
trying
his
to take
agent hit.
butt ass naked, bro.
Bro,
Nah,
his
nigga,
agent hit him up like, dog. They gonna put that story on TMZ tomorrow, bro. I just want to let you know. I'm like, oh shit.
nigga, we get in the wise words of my dog Renzel White, dog. Niggas about to get butt, booty, whole naked in this bitch, bro. Period, fam. Butt naked of the week, nigga. This nigga, dog. Literally. This
In the
nigga literally
Airbnb,
butt naked of the week, dog.
in the Airbnb, or the
Oh,
train on the bus though.
nah, nigga, that's the thing. This wasn't no random bitch from what I'm hearing. This is like his for real mistress.
Still a
Damn.
random chick.
Oh yeah, he getting divorced, bro.
Man, bro. Then I'm just
And
hearing
she
through.
come for that check, dog.
Bro, listen to how crazy this is. This nigga birthday was like today or yesterday or some shit,
I
right?
think it was yesterday.
It was look. His wife, nigga, bought this nigga a motherfucking diamond iced out pendant for his birthday and shit. So he back with his wife.
Damn. He did
Anybody
not.
remember
He
that?
did not begging and pleading, dog.
Anybody remember that Tyler Perry, the family that prays? Mom, that's the position that I'm in right now. Oh, that
Bro.
nigga in acrimony.
You ain't then go ahead, give us your you ain't slick, Brandon. Give us your thoughts on this situation, dog.
Come on, Brandon. We need you. We need the nigga in my life.
Hey, you peep this nigga out, CJ, like he sly some shit, man. Like he clever. Nah, nigga, what's your opinion on this situation?
That nigga gay. I always felt this way growing up. It never made sense to me growing up as far as the logic is concerned about trains. We're talking about 9 times out of 10, at least when I was growing up, how it was perceived. It was 1, maybe 2 girls and about 5 to 7 dudes. All of y'all are gay. You're all gay.
Nigga Pimp C say, dog. I know you remember that shit. Was it on the Beef DVD? I'm trying to remember what that nigga Pimp C said. He said some shit like, man, me and this nigga, we family mans. Me and Bun, we ain't never been naked in no room together, running no trains, no
You niggas
oars.
is gay. I'm sorry. You're gay. You can't, like, you can't.
Like
You just can't. You can't put anything in my mind that's gonna make me think that you doing something cold. Let me make sure I hear you. Let me make sure I hear you loud and clear. You hitting Shorty from the back while she giving your man's. You at some point, y'all niggas is looking at each other's dicks. You niggas is gay.
Oh shit! Whoa, dog. What?
No homo. These niggas is gay, bro. And then it's your brother. Like, you're gay. You're gay.
Ain't no explaining that, bro. Ain't no, hey, dog.
You're
Ain't no
gay.
explaining that. Ain't no explaining that, bro.
You're gay, bro.
Bro, she pulled up with a gun, dog. She pulled up with the gun, and she came with her homegirls, dog.
Oh man,
They was about to kill that nigga, dog.
Hey, look, if you gonna run, you know what I mean, and this ain't no porno set or nothing like that, dog. One of you niggas better at least have some y'all pants on still, or a shirt or something, dog. Cause look, if this is what y'all want to do, y'all want to run these orgies, and hey, look, man, I don't got nothing to do with me, dog. You know what I mean? Live your life, but if you butt booty hole naked, fam, not only you but your brother too.
Bro, hell nah. I gotta smell butthole and shit. Like, I gotta smell this nigga. Like, come on, dog.
Fun boy. Tambourine player.
I gotta see another nigga hairy leg.
Still in the air ass nigga, man.
I gotta see another nigga hairy leg hitting you. Oh nah.
It's a question I got to ask, dog. Go ahead though, man. This making me remember some shit, man.
Look, dog. The reason you don't know why he got caught? How he got caught? Bro, this how like smart women is, bro. Like, I ain't trying to, but I ain't trying to, do anything, but like, she tracked him down, bro. She tracked him down by his Snapchat location.
Dumbass.
Bro, he had his location on his Snapchat, and she went to the crib, dog.
Dumbass.
See, this was like, all right, because I got I'm not going to throw him under the bus. I ain't going to say no names, but like an old coworker of mine basically saying how, since they basically now currently is in a relationship, you know what I mean? And how at first it's a little difficult, for them to work it out, but so far it's so good. You know where I'm coming from? And I just be feeling like, man, if you, and I'm not going to say not ready for marriage or nothing like that, dog, because people human. We all human. Sometimes we just simply make mistakes, dog. Tomorrow I might make a mistake I don't know about today. You feel me? It's in God's hands, it's in my hands. The only thing I could do is just pray and make sure that, I don't make these mistakes. And if I do, God be out of them. You know what I mean? Or at least let me learn a lesson from them. But the thing that if you know for sure, need 2, 3, 4, 5, male or female, dog, why try to get in a for real serious relationship without an understanding to begin with, man? If it's understood was between two motherfuckers, man, don't got nothing to do with me. No matter how much I feel like it's right or wrong. You feel where I'm coming from?
And marriage / relationship, it got to be open communication. With the open communication,
marriage, bro, just period, man. Like us, we do this podcast, and we have to have open communication just to motherfucker do this podcast. It can't be, oh man, well, I talked to Brandon, I ain't heard shit from CJ. talked to CJ. I ain't heard shit from Brent. You know what I mean? It can't
Right.
be that.
Right.
All
You're
feelings
right.
on the same page. You know, and we got to express our feelings and shit like that, good or bad, to make it work. Just any form of a relationship, whether it's, you know what I mean, marriage, friendship, business, anything.
Yeah.
If you just simply just to be honest, stop trying to have your cake and eat it too. Definitely when you sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
Feel me?
Mm-hmm. I agree with that wholeheartedly, dog.
Y'all listen. What I never understood is what I wholeheartedly agree with Rob. I never understood somebody being with somebody or being in a position with somebody like that, and you not know that this is something that this person is craving for, or whatever the case may be. You know, me and my wife were talking about a week ago, and because of the quarantine situation, he had been watching some stuff with Jada Pinkett Smith and Will. And basically, the situation was that they basically never really knew each other.
Hey, hold on. You going in and out, Brandon. Come a little closer,
I
bro.
don't get people that have gone to.
Bro, me and my wife had that same
Can you
talk, dog.
hear me
Yeah,
now?
I can hear you. What was you
I
trying
get
to say, bro? No.
No, I was just saying how me and my wife were talking about how Jada Pinkett Smith and Will were basically saying to each other because of the quarantine that they never really knew each other. And I just don't understand how you be with somebody this long with these children that you've had, the success that you've had, the
Hey, bro,
ups and downs, and you don't know each other. That's
bro, you gotta
foolishness to me,
understand.
bro.
I ain't trying to defend Will and Jada, but it's like they got busy ass schedules, so like
Cool.
they probably barely see each other. I know they've been together for like what, 25 years?
Yeah,
They've
so
been
no excuse.
literally 95, I want to say.
No
Yeah,
excuse.
25 years, exactly.
No excuse. I'm sorry.
Like this,
I
right,
know.
Brandon? I see what you're saying. It is no excuse because they got all together, 3 kids, but 2 together. You see what I'm saying? So they got like a whole family and things like that. Plus they in they early 50s now, late 40s, early 50s, and they've been
Yeah.
together 25 years. But on the flip side, Will Smith never slowed down. So maybe prior to this, you know what I'm saying, quarantine, the way their marriage was set up, and they never saw it because, like CJ was saying, they were so busy, and then Will never slowed down. Jada slowed down at one point. Will never stopped. He's still in movies and trying to do stuff today. You see what I'm saying? He was just in Bad Boys 2 or 3, my bad, a couple months ago. You feel me? And they getting ready to shoot part 4 once the corona is over with. So maybe Jada didn't realize, like, oh shit, I'm Will only being here so much. You know what I mean? I might see my husband at the most maybe a week at a time. And this is how we, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote, survived all this time because we only seeing each other a week at a time. Then he might be gone 2 weeks. I might be gone a week. I might be gone 2-3 days. We only spending so much time with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, Brandon, that is no excuse. You know what I mean? My thing is this, like, if they gonna make it work, at least acknowledge it.
Bro,
No, I hear that. I hear that. I feel like, you know, we've been saying this right now at this time in this quarantine. That if you are in that position, this is the time to try to rectify that, or at least, you know, have a realization of whether or not it's supposed to be what we thought it was supposed to be. You know,
bro, me and my wife had this same conversation. This is like a little bit before Jada and Will did this podcast. And we was discussing like, man, we felt the same way. Like, it's like so much we didn't know about during this like month and a half, 2 months we went to this quarantine. I learned so much about her. She learned so much about me. Cause like me and her got different. We had totally different schedules. Like she work in the mornings, I work at night, and like so like our relationship was like kind of different. And then once we like quarantined together, you know, my wife, she at home a lot, and then I'm at home a lot too since I only work 2 days out the week. And like we talk, we communicated with each other, and it's like, damn, I ain't learned this. Yeah, I'm like, damn, I ain't learned as much from you, and we've been together for like 10 years, 10 years now. So it's like you learn everything. I'm like, damn, I know she not, she want to play spades. I'm like, damn, or like, I know she not do this, do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, little
Until you
stuff.
actually sit down and talk to each other, and then you sit down, you chilling, you see her doing other shit. I'm like, damn, I didn't know you know how to do that. So it happens, man.
I will also say this.
Because you learn shit. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, but you learn shit every day, bro. Like, even if you learn, like, marriage-wise, you learn shit at your job every day. You've been at this job for 10 plus years. You learning shit every day.
Facts.
So, like, I don't want to say it's an excuse, but shit, it's the truth, bro. Like, you learn shit every day, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I got a kid, bro. Like, I learn shit from her every fucking day. I learn everything from her every day, dog. Marriage the same way, bro.
Yeah.
So
I will say this. No, I was going to say this quarantine definitely has opened up the door for people being way more careless, thinking they being way more slick. So that part is you would think with this pandemic that the brain would start sparking. The wheels will start turning and at least trying to direct you in the right way. But it just seems like when people are at I guess, most vulnerable is when they gonna act a fool. They not gonna try to do the right thing towards stuff like they should. And it just baffles me how
niggas careless, dog.
Handle shit.
Sometimes it be because of this pandemic. It's not even the fact that I'm, being careless, but because of this pandemic going on, I'm gonna act out. Like, I'm seeing a whole lot of niggas just doing retarded, like you just said, Brandon, man. But I might be the smartest nigga regardless. But the pandemic got me panicking. It got me not feeling right. I'm used to, going here. Some motherfuckers like going to the casino 3-4 times out the week. Some motherfuckers like hitting the club 3-4 times out the week. Certain small stuff, just going to Fridays. You know what I mean? Fuck it. I want to go get a burger or some old shit. Let me go to Fridays. You know what I mean? Certain things this pandemic thing like created with a lot of people is causing a panic within them that they don't even realize that they panicking. You know what I mean? So I'm seeing a lot of motherfuckers driving crazy. It's been a lot of accidents. There's been a lot of unnecessary fights. You see this shit every day on social media. Like, man, we supposed to be social distancing, but every day is a new fight. This is somebody that met up to scrap. And just like, how is you even beefing with a motherfucker? You know what I mean?
Right. You supposed to stay your ass home.
And see, back to the Arbery situation. When I first saw the video and I first heard the situation, I said to myself, "Who the fuck got the time or the leisure mindset to want to murder somebody?" But then when the more I'm digging into it, and you guys letting me know that this is a case that that had been open, then I was like, all right, but still, there's people that's still on that tip though. Like, nigga, you could die in the midst of your supposed mission to go kill somebody because of this pandemic, and you just, I'm going to get this nigga together.
Not granted, that was right before the pandemic really took off, but still, you know what I mean? You could die.
Like,
people mindsets don't think about the extreme on what can come. When motherfuckers do selfish things, it's always, I'm exempt from the same karma I'm about to put or the same energy I'm about to put to you or give to you. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, I don't know if you want to tell, the world your situation, Brandon, dog, but like, without telling them your situation, same thing. Just people, if you was on his same energy or a little bit worse, he wasn't ready for that.
You know what? And I had that conversation with my wife about it because, of course, I went ahead and called her. I told her what went down because that could have been the last time she saw me. And, so many scenarios went through my head as far as I could have had them in the car. I could have had just my children in the car. It could have, it was me and my brother. And you know, his mindset, you know, how he looked at it, like, you know, for protection reasons, as far as what he thought he could have did or would have did, like the reaction or whatever the case may be. You know, like you said, if I was on the same energy as him, there's no telling who would have came
Or a
out
little worse.
Got killed. Yeah, it would have been worse, bro. It would have
Man,
accident.
could
It
have
would have been an
pulled up to you,
accident.
bro. This is what I was about to say. He could have pulled up to you thinking he got something, and it could have been four y'all in there on that tip. And then now he didn't got himself in a bad situation. And then now let's look at the karma of that. Not everybody gonna try to make it seem like he's the victim. Now motherfuckers gonna try to make it seem like he was a good nigga. Now motherfuckers gonna try to make it seem like four motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? But you didn't create this situation, the scenario for you.
I said that too. You know, if it had not even been on that tip, but I had still been on that energy, and they would have looked at it as a protection situation. But Facebook, as we know, as far as our generation is concerned, he was good. He was a straight dude. He was, don't nobody want to hear, yeah, but he was wrong, but he was out of order. But he did what he did, and then he got, unfortunately, what he deserved from the situation. Don't nobody want to hear that part. They just want to hear the good part of the situation. You know what
nobody never wants accountability when it comes down to them.
No.
They people they care about their actions. Like I've been saying the last few weeks, motherfuckers don't think shit stank till shit hit the fan, dog.
Like niggas just,
you ain't lying, bro.
Niggas just glorify the fact that they was doing something they ain't had no business doing, and then when they get caught for it, it's, well, you know, I took a risk, but it is what it is. No, you don't want to look in the mirror and be told, nigga, you out of order. Nigga, this is
sometimes you gotta be out of order, bro. And I'm gonna give you an example. Sometimes, like for instance, if you would have got out of order, I'm happy you didn't. But in that situation, it would have been justified. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
but I'm still happy that you didn't, dog, because at the end of the day, you got a kid and a family to think about, and a wife, and just your life, period. You know what I mean? And I'm happy that you didn't, but you would have been justified if you did. But it still goes into certain people's mindsets that I'm exempt. My people was exempt. No matter what happened. All right, yeah, you know, he's a good guy. Don't get me wrong. Somewhere in the world, 50, 60, 70, 80 years ago, Hitler must have been an angel to somebody.
Somebody,
somebody, no matter how you want to look, like these motherfuckers we talk about who killed Ahmaud Arbery, somewhere, these motherfuckers are saints to somebody. You see what I'm saying? But
like Joe Zimmerman. He's a saint to somebody.
Exactly, fam. Exactly, dog.
What you saying about bucket naked, dog?
What?
You said butt naked, so I'm like, oh shoot.
No.
Oh, I thought you said butt naked.
Did anybody say anything about being butt ass, bro?
No, yeah, that's kind of I don't want to say the G word.
Speak your mind, man. We done with that conversation, dog.
I don't want to say the G word, bro. You know.
Speak your mind, man. What's going on, man? What is you watching over there, dog?
Nothing, bro. I ain't watching nothing.
Some classic Jasmine Cashmere, my.
Oh hell no! Nah. I thought you said butt naked, so I'm like, oh shit. You said butt naked. What?
Oh, this nigga tripping.
Nigga, I ain't say nothing, bro. Me and Brandon was having a very, very deep conversation. You came left field with some ass cheeks and shit. So what was you watching over there, bro?
I ain't watching nothing. I watching y'all.
Hey, low key. Wait a minute, hold on. Hey, low key, me and this nigga Brandon got on white tees, nigga. You down there half naked in the motherfucker in your strap, man. I'm looking at you right now.
And then, hold on. And then he just said, I ain't watching nothing. I'm watching y'all. Hey, chill out, bro.
What?
What you doing over there, man?
It's a black beater, bro.
What's going on over there?
It's a black beater, dog.
Nigga, why do you have a beater on, dog? We got on white tees.
It's warm in my house.
No homo. Nigga, it's always naked.
Nigga, I'm comfortable. That's why.
Just tell the truth, dog. Tell the fans they want. You watch that classic Jasmine Cashmere.
Hey, ladies love the skin, bro.
Don't start that Tyrese bullshit.
For real, some of that Tyrese
bullshit.
Tyrese, are you ready for me?
Hey, real talk though, CJ. Real talk.
Okay, all right.
Jasmine Cashmere is saved now. You know she can probably baptize you and all kind of shit, fam.
Nah. Mm-mm. Man, where my water at, dog?
Oh, what the fuck you need water for, fam? What was you doing over
I'm
there?
thirsty, bro. I'm thirsty, bro.
Why do you need water, man? I don't need no water. Brandon,
Deep throat,
you need some
dog.
water? Brandon don't need no water. Why do you need water, bro? Why is you half-naked eating water, bro? What's going on with you right now?
Bro, I'm thirsty, dog. I can't get no water,
Thirsty.
dog.
Yeah, of course you thirsty, nigga. We all know you thirsty, nigga. Yeah, you thirsty. Boy,
This
this
nigga,
going
dog.
crazy, dog.
This
Look,
nigga,
booty
dog.
hole naked ass nigga.
You don't want to talk about butt naked. I thought I'll try to repeat what you. I'm trying to.
No, fam.
I'm trying to
No,
comprehend what you
man.
were saying, dog. I just trying to comprehend what you were saying.
Me and Brandon was having a very, very deep conversation. For no reason at all, you just decided to say, would you say butt naked? Bro, man. I mean, look, if you watching some of that classic Jasmine Cashmere, dog, I'm not mad at you, fam. But could you please wait till we done doing
Pinky, bro. Classic Pinky, bro. Pinky, bro.
Classic Pinky. All right. I'll let that slide.
What's going on?
Jada Fire. That Jada Fire is fire, bro.
What's going on? This is not in the script.
Yeah, I ain't mad at you.
Look, it's 3 raw, dog. We going in raw, bro.
That's so.
Hey, Pinky, don't let me go in raw no more, though, bro.
I know.
Damn shame.
Oh my lord.
Come on, man.
Dog.
Hey, you know what? We needed this laugh. Straight up, bro. It's just been a crazy time. If nothing else,
laugh to keep from crying, bro.
I'm serious. If nothing else don't come back full-fledged after this pandemic, comedians and comedy must come back. We must support them.
More than we ever
you've been paying attention to
the 90s comedy, bro. The 90s style comedy. We need that. We need that, bro. We need it.
I say this. A lot of them still been doing their little thing with the Instagram lives. I don't know if y'all been watching Godfrey and what's his name, dog?
Bro, Godfrey, dog.
Oh, and Afion.
That nigga hilarious, low key, bro.
I love Godfrey, dog. That's my dude, dog. He funny as hell.
What's the other name?
We had just got done watching Country Wayne and Mike
Country
Epps,
Wayne.
man.
Bro, I ain't been watching. I'm not following Country Wayne, dog.
You tripping.
Hey, is him and old girl still together?
I think him and Jess Hilarious are still together.
Okay. Jess Hilarious. She funny though. She like Instagram. She Instagram. That's what I'm saying. She Instagram funny. She not stage funny.
I never got into Country Wayne like that, dog. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I seen a couple of his skits. It's been silly, but I never took the time to like really see his comedy to see if I, you know what I mean, that he
that
for
nigga,
me.
That nigga be shooting the club too much, bro.
Okay. That nigga got like 15 kids, some shit, right?
Yeah, 15 kids, 9 baby mamas and shit like that. I don't know.
Oh, man. I thought like majority of them was by like one motherfucker or some shit.
I could be wrong. I don't know. I always wrong.
Hey, man. Hey, look. More power to you, dog. More power to you. Kids is the future, dog.
I get it, but, man, if you don't got the money, like he probably got the money like that. I don't want to say he ain't got the money like that, but, dog.
That's a lot of motherfucking ramen noodle packages right there, my G. 15 kids? God damn.
Hey, look, Rob said I ain't cooking at all.
I mean, I cook, you know what I mean, for about 3 of them motherfuckers, dog. Them other 13, man, hey, look.
Damn, he showing favoritism like a motherfucker, dog.
No,
you know what I mean?
Actually, that's just whoever get in the kitchen first.
Okay, look, dog, I got 3 of y'all down packed, man. The other 13.
Put like a schedule. You give like a schedule and shit. Like you eating at 7 o'clock, you eating at 9 o'clock. Y'all other 3, y'all eating at 11 o'clock. You know.
Nah, you'll never get no.
Rest of y'all get how you live. The other ones get how you live. You
gotta get how you live, dog. Nah, nigga. I'm sorry, nigga. 4 of you niggas is good. The other 15, y'all niggas gotta get it how y'all live, dog.
How they do social distancing in that house, bro? Like, and it's supposed to be like 5, 6 people at a time.
Hell yeah, nigga. I'm about to say exactly how they do it, nigga. 5 niggas in one room.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody
keep 5 kids in one room.
Somebody sleep in the garage,
5
bro.
in the basement. Shit.
The other 5 in the garage, bro.
Yeah, real shit.
2 in the car. 3 in the tree house.
But shout out to Country Wayne though, dog. His
Shout out
kids.
to him, dog.
I ain't mad at him. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at him, dog.
Hey, yo, Rob, though. How do you watch on YouTube? Do you watch it a lot?
Yeah, I watch it a fair amount.
You watch this account called Israel 85?
Nah, who's that?
It's this account where they do like parody of like Grand Theft Auto.
Nah, what?
Bro, watch that, dog. Shout out to whoever create this YouTube channel called Israel 85, dog. They do parody of like Grand Theft Auto. Bro, that shit funny as hell, dog. Bro, they be on some other shit, man. Hey, yo, Brandon.
Yo.
Why you on the 13th floor and you ain't got no good reception, dog?
First of all, 12th floor.
Upstairs, 5th floor.
Oh, shit.
Upstairs, 5th floor.
Second of all.
Bruh, man. Use your bruh, man, this bitch.
Oh, shit.
This nigga out here untwisting his braids and shit.
Right, nigga. You just said, nigga, we was done with the pod, dog. How much time we got left, CJ?
Shit, let me see. We got plenty of time. Shit. I don't want to go over an hour 30, though.
Okay.
Oh, damn. We just hitting the hour. So
What's
we
up,
good.
Okay, well, let me get
bro.
my
Go ahead. Say what you gotta say. Then I'm gonna say what I gotta say.
I was gonna say about the Isiah Thomas and Jordan situation real quick.
Okay, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
So here's how I've been trying to like really look at it from both ends, and I've come to the conclusion that I don't particularly think for Jordan it would have mattered. And I say this because time and time again, Jordan has proven the type of a-hole he is and the type of a-hole that Isiah chose to be then is not the person that he is now. The person that Michael was then is the person that he is now.
Look, push kind of shove, bro. If he didn't have Bill Lambert on his team, he would not be an asshole. I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, I look at it like this.
Yeah.
You gotta always look at who's motherfucker leading the goddamn ship, man. You know what I mean? Who's the captain of the ship? You can't have a whole lot of scurvy ass pirates. Captain ain't scurvy. And like you respecting the fuck out of goddamn motherfucking Chuck Daly, but then you got a problem with the bad boys. Make that make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, you had a former bad boy get you a championship. A couple of them.
Well, you had a couple of, but look, it's not even about that, right? Because even in that aspect, they really needed somebody who can rebound the ball. Jordan was looking at Jason Williams, you know what I mean? And if you can recall, Jordan was kind of even against getting Dennis Rodman at one point, and they still went and got him because they knew the type of player that Dennis Rodman is and what he brings to the table. He'll listen to Jordan and Scottie Pippen, and it worked. You know what I mean? When we talking about,
do you think it would have been different? Do you think it would have been different if the way that he, and I'm not saying do you think it would have been different? And I'm not saying that he got stuck with Rodman, but because Rodman was an intricate situation that he had to deal with, do you think from the dream team standpoint, if Isiah had been on the team and there was a situation where Jordan had to depend on Isiah, that their situation would have been different?
Man, you got a team filled with debatably the best shot guard, the best point guard, the best small forward, and some of the best power forwards and center. Actually, the best power forward at the time, Karl Malone, ever. You throw in Isiah Thomas, there's no way that it's not going to work. It's basketball. Y'all play with each other on the All-Star team every year.
Right.
So it's not like, oh, man, it's a problem with Isiah Thomas. You just played with this nigga in February. You too, Scottie Pippen. Y'all all just played on this All-Star team literally in February.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's just simply the West versus the West and the East versus these motherfuckers overseas. It's not like you ain't never played with Isiah Thomas before. A lot of them niggas. Y'all didn't play with a
Oh,
lot of them. Even Bill Laimbeer was an all-star a couple times in the 80s. Joe Dumars was an all-star a couple times. Y'all didn't play with the bad boy motherfucker Chuck Daly didn't coach the all-star team before. Y'all didn't play with these motherfuckers before. So you mean to tell me there's going to be a problem with gold on the line, all the glitz and glamour that comes with quote-unquote playing in the Olympics? You don't want to play with the second best point guard of the era? That was more ego playing. I put it like this: no matter how they want to cut and slice it, them not shaking them niggas' hands, it did it. It was just like the icing on the cake. It was like, all right, man, I don't like this nigga, but I deal with him. But since he ain't did this shit, this is the excuse we need. Cause
that was in 1991, May of 1991, right?
Man, that was in May of 1991. The All-Star, quote unquote, the Dream Team was just simply a year later.
Right. They recently had an All-Star game in February 1990. Not recently. They had an All-Star game in February 92. And then a few months later, that's when they had the Olympics in 92. So
right.
like they could at least worked out with something. I'm like, okay, I don't like you, you don't like me. We go play a few games together in the Olympics right here in Spain. Why not just get it together?
So who you picking? You picking Isiah Thomas or you picking Stockton?
Isiah all day, bro.
Okay, I'm
gonna keep saying. At that time in 1992 was Isiah Thomas. Overall, as a pure point guard, I'm gonna give it to Stockton. But in my opinion, if those Utah teams would have had Isiah Thomas instead of John Stockton, you never know, dog. You never know.
And what was the other point guard that was on that Olympic team, bro? Other than John Stockton.
Magic Johnson.
Oh yeah, MJ.
That's the MJ, in my opinion, that really kept Isiah Thomas off that team. Because what people fail to realize, in 92, it was still Magic Johnson's league. He still was the vocal leader of the NBA at that time. You know what I mean? And his word was still final. Like, yeah, you had Jordan emerging, and yeah, Jordan was the better player, but Magic Johnson was the better proven player. He had already won 5 rings. He already had 3 MVPs. He didn't already have multiple finals, multiple first team A's, multiple records. You know, at that time, Jordan was just really building his resume. You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's really rumors. I think John Sally said it on Valley TV recently that it was Magic Johnson that kept Isiah Thomas off that team.
Yep. He said it. A lot of people saying Jordan, a lot of people saying Magic. I don't know who to believe, bro.
Honestly, I feel like Magic Johnson said it, and Michael Jordan energy basically said it. He physically didn't say it, but his energy was on some shit like, you know how that be, bro.
Right. So, and also speaking of that little documentary, I want to talk about what Horace Grant told to Shannon Sharp, bro. You heard what he said to Shannon Sharp?
I've been hearing a little shit like that, but I'm gonna let you talk. Go ahead.
So basically, he was saying like they was on the plane together, and he wanted to get some food, but Michael Jordan told the flight attendant that he had a terrible game. Don't order him no food, whatever. Like, don't give him no food, like whatever that is. And Horace Grant was like, he was trying to defend himself at the time, but a few of his teammates backed him off because they don't want it to be like, you know, like a bad scene in the airplane, 32,000 feet in the air. And then they don't want to be bad press, you know. I honestly think Horace Grant got something to do with that little book. He definitely got something to do with that book.
I look at it like this, right? From what I'm hearing, I get it. I really do. You know what I'm saying? There's this documentary going on, so a lot of old emotions is getting sparked and shit like that. But for the most part, a lot of this shit happened 25 plus years ago. Like, Horace Grant wasn't even on that last run with the Bulls. He been gone off the Bulls since the 94 season. You know what I'm saying? So we talking about this had to have been in 91, 90, 92, maybe 93 when this took place. How many years ago was that, bro? 27, 28, 29 years ago?
28 years.
Man, come on, man. You done seen Jordan 1,000 since then, bro. Secondly, I don't like the fact that from when I'm seeing Shannon Sharp, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, Shannon Sharp, you a LeBron guy. So by default, you got to look for reasons to bash Jordan. And definitely not since this documentary is showing the world how good Jordan was. Simply, no matter how you want to hate it on the court, he was incredible. That you got to find any nitpick to get mad at. But fam, it's not the time for this shit, fam. Horace Grant, bro, you had how many years to bring up this shit? And then, like, if you still mad at, man, I'm pretty sure it was Horace Grant still mad at this shit, bro. Or was he on some shit like, yeah, nigga, I learned from this, or back then this what it was? Because from my knowledge, a lot of NBA teams went through a lot of bullshit like that. It was a lot of locker room scuffles and fights and debates throughout the whole NBA. But for some strange reason, only the Bulls teams with Jordan get this acknowledgement, bro. They said, nigga, it was a damn shame how Shaq and motherfucking Penny was into it one time, dog, in 90 motherfucking 5. But we don't talk about that, though. You know what I mean?
No, because the reason why it's not talked about is because there's no ring on their fingers as far as that particular situation is concerned. Because back then,
now think about this though, Brandon. If it's a ring on Horace Grant's finger because of all that, dog, what's to talk about?
That's my point. That's my entire point. When you watch the documentary, you said it, and I agree with you. It shows how good Jordan really was. And what I take from that is not just on the court, off the court. The things that he did as far as making sure that this player needed to be the player that they were. So, we talk about him understanding Rodman's needs just for him to be able to play the way he needed to play. Like, that wasn't just Rodman that he did that for. He did that for all his teammates. But because, the spotlight is no longer after these championships still on the Bulls themselves, it's on Jordan first and then the Bulls. I feel like that's where that comes from. Never mind the fact that you got the same amount of success, at least as far as a teammate is concerned, and the same, eyeball. It's literally about the fact that, now that I think about it,
you gotta think about
still
like
kind
Michael
of
Jordan. Michael Jordan is like he's like the number, especially of all time. He's like the number one player in the world. So like, all eyes will be on him.
It's gonna be on him because he's simply the best player.
He's given the best player.
Given the best helper on offense and defense every night. He's not taking the night off. It was very rare when Jordan was shut down. Very rare. Even the games they felt like he was shut down, he wasn't shut down. It was very rare that he gave a night off on defense. Like, we love to talk about, all right, yeah, he scored, but we're not going to talk about how he was one of the best defenders in the NBA this whole time. He was a defensive player of the year. He was the MVP. And scoring champ. That shit is still rare to this day. That never been duplicated. You know what I mean? When I look at a guy like Horace Grant, it wasn't like he was out there Horace Grant playing like Moses Malone. So,
right.
Yeah, you probably got the most team success, but nigga, you never was an all-star. What was you to the table as outside of being a role player?
Exactly.
A role player, not even your role right.
Exactly. Not understanding that you only did the bare minimum or what you felt was enough versus what Jordan chose to do on a regular basis, regardless of what the consequences were. So yeah, I'm gonna look at Jordan more than I'm gonna look at you. Absolutely.
Right.
If you would have been on the same tip as Jordan, hell, if you would have been on the same tip as even Pippen or Rodman,
think about it.
You know what I'm saying? I would look at you somewhat the same way that you're asking to be looked at. But that's
of course, I will put your ass. Of course, I will put your ass in the back burner because we got Jordan, we got Pippen, we got Kerr, we got what? Kukoc came in a little bit after Jordan retired, but Paxson, the one that hit
remember that shot more than we gonna remember you doing anything, sir.
What is that?
That game alone, even Jordan admits to a few mistakes of his own, and basically praises Paxson for the fact that he made that shot.
Mm-hmm.
Had you not made that shot, sir, I wouldn't get some of the clout that I get.
look at it like this. Like I still say, dog, if Horace Grant holds some type of resentment about this, dog, almost 30 years later, he looked goofy. Secondly, Horace Grant had been a part of other final teams. He was a part of that 95 finals team. Also, he was a part of that 2000 Lakers team. Or was it 2001? I can't remember.
2000. I think it was 2000.
2000, yeah. So you done won. You'd have been in two or three more other finals. You done won another ring since then. I get it. We talking about the Jordan situation, but you shouldn't still be bitter about that. You should be laughing about it. Because at the end of the day, whatever toughness that was going on in that locker room, that Jordan or that team in particular was going through, it was successful. It led to 6 rings.
Mm-hmm.
And real with you, dog, we ain't seen the team within a 10-year span in 6 rings yet. We seen some get close, like in San Antonio, but 6 within a decade, we ain't seen that.
No,
Last time that's been duplicated, it was in the 60s, you know, and that was with Boston in the 60s, the Bulls in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I ain't saying, you know what I'm saying, that was the status quo, but like Horace Grant, fam, you got 4 rings, bro. 3 with this toughness that you was going through. Nigga, if you don't take that on your chin, nigga, laugh 30 years later and joke about that shit in the mid, like, yeah, he did that to me, but at the end of the day, dog, it got me another ring. It got me 3 rings. And Shannon Sharp, like, chill out, man, because I'm hearing you was screaming and hollering, talking about something you would have whooped Jordan ass. And I get it, bro. You a LeBron guy. I get it. In the background, 7 motherfucking jerseys of LeBron. I get it. You paid to be the LeBron guy. But, fam, this is not or the place for you to do some crazy shit like that. Because guess what? On the field, you was one of the best tight ends on the field during the same time Jordan was playing in the 90s. If I'm about positive, y'all was going through probably even worse situations and scenarios in them football locker rooms that was going through them basketball locker rooms. I'm about positive. Whatever you was going through in Denver or any of these teams you played in, Baltimore never got leaked to the press. I'm pretty sure you done did some whole shit that you regret. Because niggas is human. We all do things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've all done some whole shit somewhere. All of us.
Everybody got skeletons in the closet, bro.
All
and
of
I'm
us.
not even, and my thing is, that's not even a skeleton. Horace Grant, you got to tell him some shit, bro, from 30 years ago. I don't know if you salty about it. I don't know if you like on some shit like, well, it made me a better player. At the end of the day, nigga, you got 3 rings, bro. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
The end, dog. And you was just the muscle guy. You was the rebound guy. Let me get a couple blocks in, because niggas realize. Remember, they had Bill Cartwright. They had some decent bigs out there, bro.
Right. So yeah.
So does anybody watch the YouTube show that basically got basketball looking like what is that show, the real big night show that everybody loves so much? It's got like 9 seasons to it.
Nah, what?
I can't think of that shit. You know, it's
on Adult Swim or something.
No,
it says on YouTube.
The HBO show that's it's medieval or whatever.
Oh, Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones. It's like that, but it's a YouTube parody.
You talking about the one that's on Bleacher Report?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. It's like War or something. I can't think of it. I haven't watched it though.
Bro,
I heard it was funny.
The latest episode basically speaks about LeBron basically saying, and this is not LeBron, but this is, you know, the parody where LeBron says, "Tell then I'm better than Michael Jordan and such, and so, you know, his words are sent to Michael Jordan, and the old ways and the old NBA players, dog, it turns into this thing. Y'all gotta watch this, bro.
I tried to think of the name of that show. It's like War or something.
Yeah, y'all gotta watch.
It's on Bleacher Report too. It's on Bleacher Report too, bro.
Okay.
And they talk about the differences within the game, how, you know, hand checking was like one of the best defensive strategies ever, and you know how the generation is soft and dog, y'all gotta see this, bro. It is just it's
I might
by
have to go
far
ahead and check it out, man. I might have to check it out.
seriously.
And I seen on this thing all the time. I never got a chance to watch it, dog.
Dog, when I tell you, listen, it's good enough to where one episode will have you looking for the rest.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you this one question though. And Brandon, I know you love kits, and that the Jordan ones came out today.
Purple and white joints.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
geez.
what's your favorite Jordans and why?
My favorite Jordan?
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta narrow it. That would probably be 8. And I don't have a particular backstory for those Jordans as far as them being what they are for Jordan, but I got a story as far as me. Everybody in middle school had these chrome black 8s. And you know, I couldn't get Jordans to save my life. I couldn't. My mother wouldn't do it. So I always told myself, when I get the money, when I get a chance, and he ever releases them again, I'm not gonna be stopped. And that's exactly what happened. They came out again in 2016. They came out again, and I looked Eric right in the face. I said, I'm not having a conversation with you about it. I'm not arguing with you about it. I don't care what's due. I don't care what bills are coming. I'm getting them. And that was it. There was no back and forth about it. I walked in Mr. Allen's, I grabbed him, and I went on about my day. So that's my favorite Jordan 8.
Mine, I don't know if you asking this just to Brandon, but
I ask you too. Go
nigga,
ahead.
mine's is the cherry red 12s. I can tell you down there the same backstory, dog. Back in what was this? I think it was what 97 or 96. I can't recall, but I know I was in school. When you know what I'm saying, when we was growing up in the 90s and robbed and killed for Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon, dog. Similar story, dog. For no reason at all. Refused to buy me Jordans. I done had Grant Hills, every type of Nike, every type of something, but Jordans, dog.
I did anything to be in your position.
She just refused to buy them. You know what I mean? It was like, damn, dog, them cherry red hills, dog. And I hate the Flint 13s too, but that's another story. You know what I mean? That's why I'm hoping to pictures, dog, when they come in a couple weeks. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, because being the only option, a lot of people do it themselves, but to wait on these apps, hurry up and buy them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But every time the Terry Red 12s are back out, because they only came back out, I want to say twice, and I never had the opportunity to get them once. The money and everything out. They were sold out like 2 weeks before they was even. This was during the time Brandon probably can attest when niggas was getting them tickets, and it was motherfucking boosting and stealing, and there was a whole lot of shady shit going on in the game. Man. And I'm thinking, simply get them out and sold out everywhere. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This, and he's also talking about the times where it got to the point to where Jordan only sent a certain amount to certain stores as being, you know, fair enough to at least have it to where you could just go ahead and get them if you didn't make it that day. This was around the time where it had got so bad where I'm only sending 9 pair here. I'm only sending 15 pair here. I'm only sending these sizes and this size there, because you wear a 9.5 to a 12, you a target.
Right.
Period. You know what I'm saying? So I totally know what Rob was talking about, because I remember stories where cats was warning people, you know, make sure you're not going this block right now, or make sure you're not doing this. There was dudes that was literally picking people up, not just men, picking females up, snatching their shoes off their feet and knocking them out and leaving them wherever they caught them at. You know, And then, of course, you had the booster who was grabbing all the tickets, grabbing all the shoes. And while you waiting in line, they walking past you with 3-4 pair in their bag, talking about 300 here, 240 there.
A nigga 50 one time, dog. I'll never forget, bro. 450 down there. 500. Bro, I'm not spending. I don't know if these.
They be taxing, dog.
I'm not spending $500.
Those the main shoes niggas be taxing on, dog.
Not on no gym shoes, fam. I'm not spending
Me,
$500.
honestly, I don't.
Look, bro.
I don't consider that.
Real or not.
I don't even consider that a plug, to be perfectly honest with you. A plug to me is supposed to be somebody that's supposed to be able to get me something for not only a fair price, but a price that has me understanding that you went to the extra amount to find something that I've been looking for.
And you know what?
Made it fair for me to be able to get to it.
Feel me?
And you know what, bro? And you know what? Niggas think they the reason why niggas overcharge because they think that they trying to go the extra mile trying to find you these shoes. That that's convenient. That's inconvenient. That's convenience their time.
But nah, so bro. And a lot of these niggas be boosted. They done got this shit for nothing, if not free. And they still just trying to. It's like you not a booster, bro. You trying to hustle me, and I can respect the hustle. But I'm like, fam, what would I spend $450 on some $112 shoes?
Right. Exactly, dog. Ass backwards, dog.
I'm gonna keep it above 50. If I got $450 and if I can't get them particular days, I can still $450. Nigga, I can get me a classic pair of Nikes, a pair of Air Force Ones, a pair of Timberlands, and an outfit if I do it right. Nigga, what is you talking about?
What? And something to eat. Quit playing.
Nigga, what is you talking about?
Y'all real good, dog.
Man, if Eastland was still bumping like it was supposed to, what? We still hit the Chinese spot real quick. We done, nigga. What you mean?
I'm about to have some fries and a McChicken with cheese still too, nigga. What?
Talk to him, Rob.
I mean, talk about, dog.
I gotta get my favorite Jordans out the way, y'all. I gotta get my favorite Jordans out the way, dog. The Jordan 11 threes, dog.
Which ones? The Concords?
Concords, bro.
Yes, sir.
These shoes came out in 95. I was in the 2nd grade, and I wanted them so bad. And, at the time, my feet was full as hell, so I was under pressure. My mom can't afford it. But, at the time, my mom was working 2 jobs, but at the same time, she was paying bills, so she wasn't able to get them. Fast forward to 2000, 2001. This when the Columbia Blues came out. The retro, the white and Columbia blue came out. I was in the 7th grade, and it came out. So I saved up a little bit of money that my mom gave me for allowance and stuff like that. And so, but luckily my sister, she surprised me with these bitches, dog. She came to my. No, what happened was she was like, "What shoes you wear?" I wear a size 7. That's what size I wore at the time. And then the next day, bro, she came to my house with the dog. I'm like, oh shit, bro. I was so happy, dog.
Yeah, man.
Man, I wish that, I love kids just as much as you, Brandon, but I just don't have, especially right now, I just don't have, I don't think I'm stable enough to do it because I got so many responsibilities at home I gotta take care of.
Nah, man, I hear you.
I wish I could collect the 1s, the 6s, bro, the 11s, the 12s. They're like my all-time favorite J's.
I like
this
different.
Is,
you know what I mean?
And I like the 9s too. Don't get me wrong. I like the 9s too.
Oh, the 9, yeah. I think they're the only pair I ever hooped in, if I'm not mistaken.
I've had a pair. I had the all black ones, the all black and red ones that they recently re-released maybe about 2 years ago. I had those. I don't think I ever got a chance to hoop it for you. I've hooped in a pair of 6s. I've hooped in a pair of 19s, which I think are probably the best to me. They're probably the best hooping Jordans ever is the 19s, as far as how I've ever felt in hoop. But Yeah, man. I'm with Rob too. Like I don't feel you a full blown sneakerhead if you just only collect Jordans. There's way more fire out there that
To be real with you, dog, the first 14 is the ones that I feel like you gotta at least try to at least have at least one pair one time. The ones he hooped in, you know what I mean, during the Bulls run.
I just really hate that design. I can't wear 14s.
You can't wear the 14. I have some 14s. Matter of fact, that was like one of my very first pair. My uncle, no, not my uncle, my bad. My cousin, his father basically got him some shoes that he couldn't fit. You know what I mean? But it was perfect for me. So, you know what I mean? I had the 14s, right? You know what I mean?
Bro, that was my first ever Jordans ever, dog. I was 11, dog. The Jordan 11s, bro.
The 11s.
Age 11, nigga.
Then the first I bought me some threes. I'll never forget. And I always fuck with the cement threes, but they was hard to find. Remember, them the ones won in '88, the dunk contest.
Yep, the concrete threes. Yep.
I still got some concrete threes now that I don't barely even touch, man. But it was just so hard to find them. Oh man.
Yeah, my first Jordan that I ever really bought ever with my money was the all black Jordan 10s. Another great shoe in. That was my first. When I got those, then I turned around and ended up getting the white and black and red bottom 10s that he hooped in. And then I just, for real. And CJ, I hear you where right now you don't have the means because that's why I'm big on making sure that the kicks that you do get, you keep them clean because that nostalgia is everything for real. It ain't just about buying them. It's about if they come out again and you already got them in the house and you know that yours is cleaner than whatever this nigga ever gonna do to his.
Bro, no Jordan.
Like, I been had these.
Those type of shoes you gotta keep clean. That is like a requirement.
Straight up.
It's so hard because if you go keep rocking them, dog, the elements out in the world itself. Oh my God, like I just be looking at my fours. Now, mind you, little shoe guy and shit like that, he clean and he fixes the shoes and shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't know if you up on him, but if not, man, I'm gonna have to tag y'all to his page on IG. You know what I mean? He do a good job too. Nigga, right before all this corona shit, I was wearing my military fours, dog. Nigga, I'm in Walmart, dog. Turns around, nigga. Next thing you know, I'm slipping and sliding, dog. I'm motherfucker playing high. Like, oh shit, what's going on, nigga? I look on the ground, man. Mustard. Not ketchup.
No.
Not mayonnaise. Not ranch.
No.
God.
Everywhere in the mother. I'm like, oh my fuck. It was only so much cleaning I was able to do. I got home. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right now,
you was hurt, bro.
Bro, I'm gonna let my mans hook him up, but he ain't open because you know what's been going on. So,
bro, that's just like the same black 10s I was talking about. There's a Coney Island directly across the street from our church, and we used to go there instead of going to Bible class. And so, there's this rock that used to be in the front lot, and a friend of mine back then, he actually been pushing me a certain way, and the shoe scraped right against that rock in the front. And so, of course, the first thing came out of his mouth was, "Oh snap, my bad." But it's all right. You can go ahead and you can fix that later. I'm like, nigga, fix it later.
I mean, nowadays it's a profitable business. I mean, a profitable business, cleaning and fixing and shit like that. But nigga, could you imagine 10, 15 years ago exist when you just motherfucking destroyed my mother? Oh, nigga, I used to hate getting my motherfucking Air Force Ones destroyed. That's why I stopped buying.
Oh my God, bro.
Y'all didn't put the bags in the front.
Hey,
it was
Brandon,
all
you know how,
nigga coming out of nowhere, stepping on your shit, making a scene that they didn't see. And for some strange reason, that one little mark that they left on your shoe would not leave.
Nigga,
So
I
which
was
white one?
see,
The white boys, dog. The white Air Force
see,
One.
that's why I never wore all whites and I never wore all blacks. I always wore either a different type of design or I wore something with color involved in it because I felt like I could take care of it way more than I could take care of this bland shoe that is just all white and all black. I feel like you was asking for it. Wait, why? You know, wearing these all whites and all blacks, no matter what you did, no matter how clean you tried to keep them. I felt like he was just asking for it. Just like Rob said, if not people, the elements alone, you thinking it's gonna be okay until you walk out the door, and you know the grass looks like it's solid.
that shit wet as hell, dog. That shit be wet as hell, man. That's is over.
You see that? You feel that slide. You feel that dirt at the bottom. You said this is it. It's over because this dirt alone at the bottom is gonna gradually come to the base, and once it comes to the base, it comes to the front.
Good.
Nigga, I'm done.
We got a lot of these shoe guys who do, you know what I'm saying, the repairing and the cleaning and the deep cleaning and shit. But fam, dog, where was these niggas at when niggas was in high school, dog?
Man, I need them bad.
No. I tell you where they was because I was one of them, but we wasn't respected. We wasn't respected at all. The only time we got respect was when we was getting ready to sell the shoe that you screwed up that we had on our feet that we was the same size. It's the only time we was respected is when we was gonna sell you the same shoe. Other than that, we wasn't respected because in those dudes' minds, man, I'll get another pair. It is what it is. It ain't that big of a deal until you can't find that pair no more. And then I'm walking in the same hallway you walking in, and my shoes look great, and yours look like crap 2 months later.
They gotta do something when it comes down to the online. Like right now, man, a lot of these Jordans are sold out everywhere, even online. You know what I mean? Get it, dog. The demand, niggas bored right now because of the corona, but do a better job in restocking. You know?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Tell Jordan
That public service announcement to Jordan: do a better job in restocking. Not just and I'm not, you know what? I'm not even gonna just say.
And you know
Jordan.
these niggas hungry, man. We got our stimulus check, bro. We got our unemployment, dog.
For real, bro. I'm not just saying for Jordan.
Look, our unemployment.
Rodman, Bones, Hewings, Iversons. Them black toe Iversons was gone too fast.
They got a size.
I've been looking for them.
What size shoe you wear?
9.5.
Go to Finish Line. Go to the Finish Line app, bro. They got some 9s now.
Feet, dog.
Yep, go to Finish Line, bro. They the only ones I think that got them, dog.
Yeah, man.
I said to myself, like, the only time I seen these was when my son, one of his teachers, we had a father versus teacher game, and he had them mugs on, and you saw the classic in the shoe, which let me know you didn't have these mugs under your bed.
They never want to release them questions like that, bro. Like, they release some questions about once every 2 to 3 years. And
them shoes is as close to 11s as it can get. Seriously.
Well, remember they jocked the design of the 11. You know, remember the back.
Yeah.
But I don't give a fuck. I'm buying them Concords and I'm buying them Iversons. Questions? Nigga, quit playing, dog.
Nigga, what?
When I say the 11s came, the questions came out, I was just in the on the toilet, niggas. You know how niggas be. I'm on the toilet. I'm searching these apps. I'm looking for some shit. You know what I mean? And when I say, I'm like, oh shit, these bitches out, dog. Damn, soon as I get out the bathroom, I'm a motherfucking goddamn buy these bitches. I should have did it then. I'm not even thinking. Nigga finish up, wipe his ass, wipe his hands, stuff together and shit. Sit back down on
caught you slipping.
Go back to the fucking site, mock down. I'm like,
they caught you slipping.
Like I said, Brandon.
And you know the crazy thing is,
want some size if you need them.
All right, man. Thank you. You know the crazy thing is, I only knew you never know the importance of a kick until it started getting real. When everybody else started wearing it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna ask y'all, what's y'all favorite classic Nike? Air Force Ones are excluded.
Oh, nigga, Air Max 90s. Air Max.
I would say 95.
You know what? The 95s always reminded me of a boot, dog, for some strange reason.
Nike Air Raid.
Oh, I had those shoes too, bro.
You do have them shoes, nigga. But I had the all white with the gray bottom with the red straps. That was my first shoe that I ever really bought in my life. I bought them from Athlete's Foot on Connors and Warren. And I walked all the way to my grandma's house from Parker and Van Dyke. Dog. Niggas don't understand what it is, bro.
Yeah, nigga, what's up? How much time we got left, CJ? Dog,
We got like 5 minutes, bro.
Oh, okay, because I was saying, man, I gotta get ready to do some things in a minute and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not finished eating. I'm hungry.
But go ahead, man. Y'all got something else to say?
I don't got really nothing to say, but other than like, I'm happy. My barber is open back up. He about to cut some hair, nigga.
Praise the Lord.
Praise
nigga, it in real niggas.
I don't want to put my barber's name on the street like that because we technically closed still. So like
Okay, well then don't say no more, CJ. Don't say no more.
I'm getting a haircut next week, bro.
No, don't tell me nothing. I ain't see nothing. I don't know nothing. I didn't hear nothing. If I see you next week,
all right, this part is censored, okay? This part is censored, right?
I don't want to know no more.
All right, cool. What y'all got to say? What y'all want to talk about, bro? This little short clip we got.
Anybody got any new shows?
I'm gonna tell you, hey bro, I'm gonna tell you though, you got a fat ass booger on your right side of your nose, bro.
Oh, now you tell me, nigga.
I ain't want to cut you off.
Oh shit. You lucky I'm a real nigga, though. I'm gonna wait till this is over with to go get this bitch out.
Yeah, get that bitch off, bro. It's like on your hairs on the inside of your nose, nigga.
Oh, you
hanging like that?
Bro, that shit is bothering me. I ain't know it was on your mustache, on your inside of your hair, and your nose, bro.
You mean to tell me these bitches, the motherfucking booger and the hair fighting?
I was gonna do some shit like this. But I'm like, I don't want people to think I was digging in my nose and shit.
Damn, nigga. Let me see. I can't see shit. You probably see it though.
Yeah. It's probably gone now. That was like 20 minutes ago.
Damn, no niggas was scrapping. You ain't tell nobody though.
Bro, I was gonna say something. Cause I was talking, you was talking, that motherfucker was like this.
Damn, nigga. Them niggas was into it, huh?
I was into what you was talking about, and I was into your booger. So I'm like,
You're gonna kill him. You're gonna kill him.
All right, end the show.
Oh shit.
How you gonna kill him?
Hey, CJ been on some bullshit today.
Nigga, I could have at least refereed the fight, dog. God damn. Man.
Yo, you a what?
I would have refereed that fight, dog. Nigga,
Okay. I thought you said gonna give me the pipe. I'm like, hold on, bro.
Nigga, that hair.
That's what I thought he said.
Yes, nigga, quit playing.
That's what I thought he said, dog.
What?
I'm like, Robert be on some gay shit lately, dog.
Who, me?
That's what I thought you said, bro. You just gonna lay it down. I'm like, hold on, dog.
Man, what?
What the fuck
That's what I
going
thought you said.
Nigga tripping.
Craig, man, dog. I'm gonna have to call you by your government, my G, dog.
Oh, man. I fuck with y'all,
man. On your side of the room, dog. But I'm gonna need you to go ahead and pray for yourself, dog. Once it's over with, man. Do a couple of hits or some shit. You got to get that fruitiness up out your ear, fam. You hearing some weird shit, bro? Like you hearing some for real weird shit, fam, dog. I support your brother and all, man, but like I don't know.
Thank you. Nah, I fuck with y'all, man.
Yo.
Shit, I got to say before we get up out of here, for all the little game community and shit. I don't know if y'all know, but Mortal Kombat 11 just came back with a new update. I think getting ready to drop in another week or two. Like season 2 of the season. Of the storyline. They adding on characters. I think they adding on Fujin, RoboCop, and like 2 or 3 more other characters, man. So if y'all Robo. You know they always add or two. If you in the gaming community, you know what I mean, be on the lookout for that.
Bro, I be on my 2K game lately, 2K, Grand Theft. I be on Grand Theft Auto online a lot, bro.
You know, I never got into it, so I'm like years behind. You know what I mean?
Bro, I was years behind. Then my coworkers got me downloading this shit, and I've been on it almost every day, dog. Man, I'll be on that shit, man. It's been crazy, dog.
Well, I'll be looking out for the story mode movies. Y'all niggas know I don't play video games, but I love the story mode movies. So I'll be looking out for those.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's funny you bring up Mortal Kombat 11 because I was watching it today. Like, a piece of me just started watching it for some reason. Once again, nostalgia, because I just love the way that the story modes are put in, and because you know we never know if they ever gonna make another Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, whatever type movie of that magnitude. That's as best as it's gonna get. So.
That's what's up, man. All right, y'all.
Oh, wait a minute.
Go ahead, bro.
South with the T, dog. Yeah, got it released from prison, from the Fed joint about 3 or 4 days. Got released because you know the COVID. So for details, I don't know if he out or he just simply out because of the outbreak and he got to go turn himself back in. I don't know, but just to see anybody like that, dog, who got a 30 ball and who was able to leave that early, man, salute, shout out.
No, I don't think Southwest, hey, bro, I don't think Southwest had 30. I think he had like 20, 25.
I think he got about 25, something like that, and I think
he got 30. I know Misha got 30.
But still, fam, you out and already in almost 10 years, man, you got to do 85% of that in the Fed. So salute to that man, you know what I mean?
For sure. And I hope he get his money too.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't care if it's just for a weekend. For him to just be able to walk out that bitch like that, dog, of course, because of this COVID.
It's been 13 years, dog. 12, 13 years.
I think it was 09, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Or 08, something like that. 08, 09, or something like that.
So salute to him, man. I ain't want to leave the podcast without saying that. Salute to that brother, man.
We know who we ain't saluting, but I ain't gonna say his name though. So go get him out of here.
Over here, man. We don't acknowledge nothing else but the real, dog.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I'm not.
All right. I ain't either. If you ain't, I ain't either. So we about to get up out of here, guys. Thank you for listening and watching another episode of the 3 Raw Podcast. This is CJ.
Man's Rob.
Your boy Jimmy.
This is 3 Raw.
Yeah.